Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a fully drugstore get ready with me. Products that you can find in an actual physical pharmacy rather than like quote unquote affordable products like ColourPop or other brands like that. I really, for this video, well, I absolutely adore ColourPop so much. I really wanted to focus on actual products that you can get and buy in a drugstore because, I don't know, with shipping, especially shipping to Canada, it can be like kind of complicated to order things online. So for this video, that's my focus, and I think that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoy. To prime, I'm going to use two primers. So the first one I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Mattifying Primer. It's definitely a good mattifying primer at the drugstore. It's probably one of the best I've found. It doesn't compare to the high-end ones that I usually use, but it's definitely a good option. And then to add a little bit of glow back into my skin, I use my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in the shade 901 Fair. That just adds a really nice glow without being overly oily or greasy. For foundation, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I use the shade 101 Classic Ivory. It's ever so slightly too dark for me, but I can make it work if I use a lighter concealer. I'm just gonna dot this all around my face and blend it in. If you have oily skin, this is definitely one of the best options at the drugstore, I think. It lasts all day and it's matte, but it definitely isn't overly matte. Oops. But it definitely isn't overly matte where it's gonna make you look super dry and powdery. It has a little bit of life to it, which I really like. The NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I use the shade Ash Brown. I'm just gonna brush my brow hairs up. This is a really good brow pencil. A really good option for the drugstore. So similar to Anastasia Brow Wiz. Like basically the same product for, I don't know, a third of the price. To gel my brows, I'm going to use the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in the shade Medium Brown. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to conceal. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I use the shade 320 Porcelain, and I just conceal under my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, on all of my blemishes that my skin has decided to inflict on me. And this is definitely one of my new favorite drugstore concealers. It hasn't been out, I mean, it's been out for a while, but it hasn't been out for a super long time. It's really, really full coverage, but it doesn't look cakey. It's easy to blend out, kind of checks all of the boxes. I'm just going to use my sponge for this. As you can see, it does not match my foundation in any way, shape, or form, but L'Oreal products are so expensive. Like, drugstore prices in general have gone up, but like this concealer, it's a drugstore concealer, but it's like $17. And same with the foundation, it's like $20. I mean, they're good products, don't get me wrong. I definitely would recommend them, but I just like, I don't know. It honestly astounds me sometimes what brands are charging at the drugstore. Now that that's all blended in, to set my face, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I use the shade 05 Fair. Sit, I just kind of put it on, let it sit for like 5 seconds and brush it off. And then I prefer to set my face, the rest of my face, with a pressed powder. So I like to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I use the shade 003 Natural, but these powders don't really have a lot of pigment, so and then to introduce a bit of life back into my skin, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Reserve Your Cabana. I think I've used this in a video before, but this is just a really light powder with a tiny amount of shimmer, and it just adds a glow back into your skin without being like overly intense or glittery or shiny. It just is beautiful and glowy. So this is the step that I'm going to cheat a little bit. The two areas of this video that I'm going to cheat are contour and eyeshadow primer, because I've never been able to find a contour or eyeshadow primer that I love from the drugstore. If you know any, let a hoe know, because I'm lacking in that department. And I would like to be able to not cheat, but whatever. So I'm just going to take my Kevyn Aucoin, the antithesis of drugstore, and quickly contour. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a brand new bronzer that I have never heard anyone talk about before, and it's really, really beautiful. Sunlighter in the shade Be My Sunlight, just to add a teensy bit more glow, because I like to pretend that I don't have oily skin. I like to apply setting spray before I apply highlight. I'm going to use the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. Such a horrific name, but I really like the spray. For highlight, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder in the shade Written in the Stars. This is really, really pretty. It's definitely a bit glittery, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little on the chunky side, but it's really, really beautiful. It's really reflective, especially from farther away. See, look at that. So nice. I don't know exactly what eyeshadow look I'm gonna do today, so I'm gonna go pretty neutral on blush. I'm gonna use the Essence Satin Touch Blush in the shade Satin Love. Now that I have an obnoxious amount of blush on, I'm going to zoom you in and we can do eyes. To cheat, for the second time in this video, I'm going to use my NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base to prime my eyes. And because I don't fuck with tacky eyeshadow bases, I'm just going to set my eyes with my face powder. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Mad for Matte 2 eyeshadow palette first. I'm just going to take this light pink shade here as my transition. Then I'm going to take this mid-toned pink shade and use that in my crease. And then to deepen my crease slightly, I'm going to use these two, I'm going to mix this purple shade and this darker brown. And I'm just going to put that in my crease where I put the pink, but less buffed out. I'm going to blend that deeper shade out with the same brush that I used for my mid-toned crease shade. So I'm going to cut my crease using the concealer that I just used. This NYX Prismatic Shadow in the shade Glass Slipper. And this is just a really beautiful, I don't even know how to describe this shade. It's almost a duochrome. It's like a light sea foamy green with a hint of blue. And then I am gonna wet this with a bit of water and just put that on my lid. This cream shade because I love me a good matte brow bone highlight. Okay, so then for the lower lash line, I'm pretty much going to do the exact same thing that I did on my eyelid, I guess. I'm just going to take this pink shade and buff it really far down all along my lower lash line. I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades really close to my lash line to deepen, and then I'm going to blend it all out with this pink one. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Black. I don't have a drugstore gel or liquid eyeliner in black, but I do have this Annabelle liquid liner duo in brown, and I'm going to try to use it. I don't know if brown is going to look weird with this eye look, but if it does, then I'm just going to go over it with black eyeshadow, so wish me luck. Okay, so For whatever reason, my camera decided to stop recording right after I did my eyeliner. So you didn't miss much, but I just did my eyeliner and then I applied the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Full Fan Effect Mascara. And then I put lashes on. These are the Kiss Shy Lashes, which are my fave. And now I'm going to do lips and we'll be all finished. So for lips, I'm going to use the Annabelle Big Show Liquid Lipstick, Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Avant Garde. These are so underrated at the drugstore. They're such beautiful liquid lipsticks. They're really, really pigmented. They don't dry down like completely matte. They do have a bit of transfer, but they're so stunning. This is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really hope you enjoyed them. Let me know any thoughts, feedback, concerns, and anything that you might want me to film in the future. And I'll see you soon.